Hey, what's up, everybody? Welcome to Neighborhood Picks. We had some really awesome basketball. I got Mel on the line right now, and we're going to talk about the weekend of hoops. Mel, what are you doing, bud?
Hey, what's up there, Miles? How we doing?
Good. I just hit record as you were ringing, and I got you right before the ring came in. So,
Oh, nice.
what
Okay.
what a weekend with the NBA. We got a lot going on with all the series. We got Nets, Celtics, all of these games. I just want to ask you, did anything surprise you yesterday or this weekend in the series so far? How'd you like these games?
Yeah, no, it wasn't too much surprising. You know, Boston ain't gonna lose two games at home. Brooklyn just got to win one there.
You're right.
You know what I'm saying? So Boston did what they were supposed to do, but you got to look at Boston's team though. They had 5, 6 guys, 20 points. That's not gonna happen again.
Oh yeah, that's a good way to put it. That was a really good game to watch. Did you watch? Did you get to catch that game?
I watched the whole game. That was a great game to watch.
Me too. You know what impressed me a lot, Mel? Boston's team defense. Like, you know how when they say, "Oh, guys don't play defense in the regular season," I understand what they mean now because I saw Boston's team defense look really good, getting Durant off the spots and all that shit. It looked like they gave him a hard time. Did you notice that?
They gave a little bit of a hard time, but that's just a little feeling out. It wasn't too bad, but I expect them not to lose. Six. They'll win 4-2.
They got Durant to play a little faster than he wanted, and I didn't think they could win. I got to reassess this series, Mel, because I didn't think they could win Boston. I didn't think Boston could beat the Brooklyn Nets without Robert Williams III. But when I saw the way they played defense yesterday, yo, did you see Brooklyn's non-defense with a minute, 2 minutes left? Kyrie would hit a crazy shot, then Boston would come right down and score with nobody in front of them, just open layups. Where was Brooklyn's defense?
That's where they lost the game at. That's where they lost the game at.
That's what I think, bro.
They came all the way back, and then they started letting them get easy buckets at the end.
Easy, really easy. For fourth quarter?
Yeah, last couple minutes of the game, they were getting easy buckets.
Like, I saw Kyrie stuck in the corner, pump fake 7 times with a guy in his face and swish a 3. Then Boston comes down the next, right 2 seconds later, nobody there, layup, boom. Like, that's like, oh, man. Brooklyn's going to have to clean up their defense if they're going to win because...
My thing is, Brooklyn played okay that game, and
right.
they could have won it. Boston played outstanding.
Yeah, okay. Okay, I get it. So you think that it's kind of like it'll balance out as the series keeps going. Brooklyn's going to have a couple games where they wipe them up.
Al Horford ain't getting 20 and 15 again. He's not getting out. He's not getting 20.
That's a good point, Mel, because I didn't focus on that stuff. I was so zoned in on the Nets making difficult offensive, tremendous shots and the lack of defense. And with Kyrie, I didn't even touch on him yet. I didn't look at the Boston overachieving aspect. It just looked like they were really good,
Yeah, no, they played an excellent. They played one of their better games last night,
man.
And they'll have to do that every night, and I just don't see it.
Right, yeah.
I don't think nothing away from Boston. They're a good team, but I think Kevin Durant versus Tatum, that neutralizes itself.
It should.
You know what I'm saying? Then you got to go with Kyrie against Jaylen Brown. Kyrie's way better.
Right. And Marcus Smart's playing really good this season. They said he's a candidate for Defensive Player of the Year, so that was impressive. And I didn't get to watch Boston. I didn't get to watch Boston down the stretch.
Defensive guy like that.
Boston finished 26-6 the last 32 games of the season, and I was in Florida, so I was catching the scores and seeing highlights. But yesterday was the first day I watched them. If they've been playing like that for the last 30-something games with that type of defense, I wish I would have seen them more down the stretch because they looked like really together, like a chain link fence. You know how we teach the kids defense? Yeah. Didn't they look like that?
Yeah, no, they look good. They look really good. But I just think that they played a really superb game.
Right down to the last basket. I mean, how about that? Whew. You know what I really liked about that, Mel? The coach for Boston, he decided not to call a timeout. He got down the floor, Jaylen Brown was dribbling, and he had Dragic on him. And that's a good matchup. So he decided to not call the timeout because it looked good to him. And if you have to call a timeout, you call a timeout and draw up a play. But I thought that was really good by Boston's coach, letting them play. And then when Marcus Smart pump faked and found Tatum, I really thought that was the most disgusting play of the day. Kyrie Irving's lack of defense. Foul him. Don't do any. He just reached over and let him spin and made the layup. That just goes to show you Kyrie's deficiencies as a person. How would you let a guy do that to you? I would have fouled him at least something.
Yeah, well, I think he got caught up.
Yeah.
You know, with the timing, and then when he turned his head one way and looked the other way,
Yeah.
somebody's there. It just happened so fast.
And you know what? I don't think anybody other than Jason Tatum was gonna make a brilliant move like that. That was a beautiful reaction by Tatum. That was tremendous. You know, I don't think that fucking dude off the bench would have caught that and spun and made it. Like maybe one or two guys on that team would have caught that and finished that shot. That was beautiful.
Yeah, that was great.
Hey, did you catch the Golden State game this weekend when Golden State?
I didn't catch that. That's a later one. You know, I'm already sleeping by that time.
My mother calls me up. She goes, Johnny, don't mention Golden State unless you talk about Jordan Poole. So I watched the mashup of the game because I didn't catch that one either fully. And hey, he looks like he's becoming a star, that kid. 3 years from now, we might look back and be like, oh, the Warriors, they had Klay Thompson, Draymond, Steph, and Jordan Poole. Like, remember when Kawhi Leonard became good after the Spurs and people kept going back in time like that foolishness? And they're like, well, the Spurs had Kawhi, but Kawhi wasn't a star when he was on the Spurs yet. But they tried to make it like it was a super team years later. Like, Jordan Poole might become a star.
Yeah, he's okay. He's okay. He's streaky.
You gotta watch, Mel. He was hitting three-pointers from Steph Curry range. He looks like he's on the cusp of being the next good dude over there, I think.
Okay,
So
well, I just know that my boys in Miami look sharp.
Miami looks very, very sharp. You know what? That's what I was talking about. The East is so strong this year. Like let's think about teams where can you picture them possibly winning a title? Almost all the teams in the East, I would say, yeah. Like Brooklyn, can they win? Of course. What do you think? Brooklyn, they can win. I'm not saying do you think they will win, but is this team capable? What do you think about Brooklyn?
No, they're gonna go maybe conference finals, maybe that's about it.
So what teams in the East, if you had to give me 2 or 3 teams in the East that you would put like your life on, in phrases, who do you think are the top 2 to 3 teams that you can see in your mind being in the finals in June?
Miami or the Bucks.
Miami or the Bucks. What about Boston? Outside shot or no? If Robert Williams comes back and those 2 guys play out of their minds, Tatum and Brown, maybe. I don't know.
Maybe, but they got to do that for 30-plus games. You know, you got to play 30-something, 20-something games, whatever it is.
Right.
To win it all.
Right.
So I don't see that. I see that running short with them.
Right.
I don't think they got enough. I don't think they don't got enough bench. I think their team's thin. You know.
Yeah.
That coach only, he goes 8-man. I think deep, maybe 9 deep,
right.
maybe.
Right.
You know.
That's another reason I think Brooklyn might be able to come back on Boston. If you look at Brooklyn's other pieces, they traded Harden. If they never even got Ben Simmons, I still think it's a good trade. They got a center that used to get 18 rebounds a night, NBA rebounding champion, Drummond, and Seth Curry. If Ben Simmons never plays a game, Drummond and Curry are nice pieces complementary to Durant and Kyrie, I feel.
Yeah, but I feel that Steve Nash is messing up somewhere along the lines here.
Yeah, I don't think they fear him at all.
No. You want to know why?
What?
Because I think Marcus Aldridge should be playing.
Hey, I agree with that.
Aldridge, listen to this. I think Marcus Aldridge, what he brings to a team is different than other power forwards.
He's very polished.
He's able to set screens high and pop from out there.
He's an amazing top of the key 20-foot automatic jump shooter.
I don't know why he's not playing.
That's a great point. Great point. Yeah.
Unless he's hurt, but I thought that was a long time ago. I thought that was a while ago.
Yeah.
I don't understand why he is not playing.
Yeah, and Blake didn't get in yesterday, right?
Hold on 1 second.
All right. Yeah, I don't think Blake Griffin got in yesterday either. So that's crazy, man. The Nets are a good team for the odds value right now. They're plus 170 to win the series. So Oh, you're back?
I'm back.
So now Brooklyn is, if you want Brooklyn to win in the series, $100 pays $172 right now. So you'll get 272 total if you put up 100. If you want Boston, you got to put up 200 and it pays 100. Boston's a 2-1 favorite for the series. Which way would you bet if you bet on the series winner today?
All right, run that by me one more time.
Okay, if you risk $100 on Brooklyn, you get back 270 total. You give your 100 into bet. If they win, you get 270 back. If you risk the same $100 on Boston to win the series, you get $50 back, 150 total. You got to put up double to win half if you want Boston. They're 2-1 favorite. What do you think? Who do you think's going to win the series if you had to pick after a game?
The series is Brooklyn.
Brooklyn? Okay, so Brooklyn is the underdog right now. So you see value. You see value in Brooklyn on the live line because they realign the lines after every game. Right now, Brooklyn is a high value underdog right now. I think that's a pretty good team to pick.
Yeah, I'm with that.
Guess what Brooklyn pays if you put $100 on them right now to win the finals? I think it's a really good value pick. I might throw $10 on it and just bank it. It pays $1,400. $100 pays $1,400 if you take Brooklyn right now. That's high. Hey, also that had me thinking about the series that you picked, the upset. You called Minnesota against Memphis, and they got out to a 1-0 lead. Now that made the lines even. Memphis was a little bit of a favorite. Now it's almost even. Do you think Minnesota is actually going to take out Memphis?
Yeah.
Whew, did you see that backcourt the other night? Oh.
Yeah, I told you that. I told you that other team is a year. Memphis is a year away, bro.
Wow, that's going to be some call because that's a bad matchup for Memphis. D'Angelo Russell and Anthony Edwards are going to give anybody trouble, and Towns is decent when he plays good.
And he bounced back. He bounced back, bro. He's from Jersey, bro. Don't sleep on my boy Towns.
Yeah.
He just didn't know what he was getting into. He got himself a little ahead of himself, and now he figured out, and he's all right.
Yeah. Another good Jersey guy, as a segue here, Kyrie Irving, former Montclair Kimberly point guard, starting varsity as a freshman, scored 35 a game in high school 2 years in a row, and then he's transferred to the basketball factory of St. Patrick's, where Al Harrington went. Remember St. Patrick's?
I sure do.
That's where Kyrie ended up. What do you think about Kyrie? What's your take on Kyrie flipping the bird to the fans? Do you think he should even engage in that, or you think he's out of line?
I don't know.
Right? It could be either way.
That could go either way for the simple fact that.
Right? Like if I was in the stands, I would probably go at him more. Like I would probably curse him out. But like I guess it all depends on the person. Reacting to fans is kind of like trying to fight the internet. It's you can't do it if you got your head about you. But Kyrie's a guy that likes to be miserable. He's a fucking like a conspiracy theorist. He's a rocket scientist. The next day, he told a fan I was going through the feed on Instagram before. He's walking to the locker room after the game.
I know, he told a fan suck his dick.
Yeah, he goes, suck my dick. He's telling fans suck his dick. He's giving the other guys the bird. I mean, I don't know, man. Like, you signed up for this sport. You chose your profession. Like, I was 27, 28 years old watching him at 14. He knew what he was getting into. Like, you can't yell at it's the other team's fans. They pay for the ticket, and he gets paid a couple $100 million. I don't think you should flip the fans the bird. I'd be pissed.
Yeah.
Like, here's the thing. I don't think that Kyrie Irving would flip me the bird if the two of us were at the park, at the court, alone. If he flipped me the bird, he would get beat up. And I don't think Kevin Durant would tell me or you or anybody if we're at the park, sit down and shut the fuck up like I saw him do. So I have a real problem with these players getting rabbit ears because they're going at fans. Listen, buddy, you're not really about that life. Stay on the fucking basketball court and shut your mouth because I don't think you'd say it to me. So it's almost reversed now because they always say, oh, the fans would never say that. I don't think you would be as tough as you are either. Suck my dick, Kyrie. You're 140 pounds. You're always hurt, and you're a great basketball player, but take it easy a little bit, you know?
Yeah, a little bit.
It's fun though. It makes it fun for me because I don't look at anybody in sports and give a personal judgment. I don't know these people personally. I talk about them in the context of the sport, but these guys, they get mad in real life, and they get rabbit ears, and it's becoming like almost an epidemic. LeBron James threw out like 4 white ladies this season. You know that? You there? I lost them. But listen, I'm gonna wrap this up now. We don't want this to get crazy, but it's just I observe everything and I see all this stuff, and being a little older, it just makes me pause because it's out of control. So we got the whole Kyrie thing. I didn't want to do the whole show on Kyrie because it's a little bit ridiculous, but we all know he's got rabbit ears and we know he likes to be miserable. Some people bask in misery. So happiness is a choice, okay? When you're making 300 million and you sit out all year and you come play and nobody did it, like, he's got a good life. So I can't feel sorry for him because fans were cursing at a basketball. You're in Boston. What do you expect, man? So Kyrie, we saw what he was about as a man. When Tatum cut down the lane, and Tatum spun on him, layup, game over. No defense, no nothing. Not even a real foul. So we're gonna see tonight. We got Minnesota, Memphis, game 2. We got the Warriors. We got Utah, Dallas. I think Dallas is dead. You can't win without Luka Doncic. So anything Utah futures with a game, build up your little parlay. Utah can't lose playing Luka Doncic-less Mavs. So we're going to go over all kinds of stuff. Just going to keep it rolling. NBA playoffs all the time. We're going to keep adjusting as we go. The Atlanta Hawks are a plus 560 now in the series. That's huge. All the teams in the East are dangerous. You got to look at those lines as they move. You can corner the market where you can't lose. You get one team at plus 200. You get another team at plus 200. You can't lose, even if you have both sides. So, like with the Nets plus 1,400 to win the title right now, you got to put a little something on them. And then you bet the teams you really think are going to win while you have value. So we're going to keep going. Neighborhood picks. Basketball is right now. We do NBA. We do NFL. We do combat sports. Talk about life. I just want to have fun and just provoke thought and make people think and react. So leave your comments in the box, like, subscribe, and check me out on Instagram, Neighborhood Picks, Twitter, Neighborhood Picks. And that's about it. You guys have a great day. NBA, Johnny.